Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. Probably a quick video because we're only talking about one thing, and there's not a lot of stuff to talk about. But it is the Celebration Medal Bazaar Part 2. The Part 2 has started a couple days ago with the release of Shizu and everything else regarding that. We have new tickets for a new banner and everything. The Celebration Medal Bazaar Part 1 is still ongoing. Like, I haven't really spent any of the coins except for buying the necessary things, none of the gear. This shop will remain, this banner that these tickets are for remains up until through September of this year, so not in a big rush. I don't know if we're going to receive any more medals for this since the raid has now just ended, and now that we have the Part 2, I feel like all the missions are going to give us Part 2 medals. But I just wanted to go through and kind of go over what people should prioritize as far as how to spend their Part 2 medals since they're separate. And obviously, the first thing is always platinum hammers. Platinum hammers are not a farmable, grindable currency, commodity, awakening gear, whatever you want to call it. Material. Material is the word. So always buying what you can of platinum hammers is a massive, massive thing. After that, I'm actually not a super big fan of this ticket. The Part 1 Bazaar had a guaranteed EX ticket, and that was fantastic. And then for Part 2, they dumbed it down to a 10% EX Protector ticket. If you're not really too phased on that, I would probably just buy the discounted multi, since the Part 2 banner is just far and away much, much better than the Part 1 banner. It's got the Vengeance meta. It's got New Year's Blessing. You know, the Bride meta, Goddess of Destiny, is not the greatest thing, but if you can pick up your first copy of Bride Shuna, and that's your first triple orb stealer, that's a massive W. So putting tickets into this banner has a lot more value than putting tickets into the Part 1 banner, because these metas are objectively just not as strong or right now relevant as these metas are. But going back into the shop, Platinum Hammer, first thing. It's only 30, so whatever. The discounted multi, you can buy 10 of these at a discount, and then you can go down here and buy them at not a discount. So they're 20 coins versus 10 coins up here. And then after that, it's really up to you. I mean, I'm personally am going to buy these EX ability rocks because you can only get them from missions or shops or that limited, ticket only event that's in the training tab. So these are important for higher level players to max out their units. These motes right here are only useful for awakening old non-EX 5 stars past level 100. And so if you're a relatively new player and you have no normal 5 stars at level 100, those things will do absolutely nothing for you, right? So like this Milim, I could take her to level higher than this. I have these motes for it, right? Well, I don't have any right now, but I would have to use that. But if your light Milim is level 80, because you've just pulled her and you just leveled her up, you can't use these rainbow flames for anything until you put 5 more dupes into her. So attempting to buy it now with a limited currency is just a waste of time and resources. The same with this one. This is for protectors that are 5 stars that you can level up past 100. But again, if you have no protectors that are level 100, that are, old 5 stars, not EX protectors, then you literally have no use for this. So don't buy it if you don't need it. Dark Veldora, Light Shuna, Dark Xion, they're very, very, very old characters. I mean, these two are original start of game service release characters, this Xion and Shuna. This Veldora came out 2 weeks later after that, so they are literally the first month of the game. They don't hold a lot of power nowadays. They're not really that useful for most players in this EX, time that we're living in. So apart from the Platinum Hammer and the discounted tickets, and for some people, these EX rocks, I would honestly just throw all your coins into the tickets, into the non-discounted tickets. Like gold, magicules, easily farmable. Grindstones, you will get a lot of those over your time. These reforged stones are pretty much only used for like Valor Cup gear that take a literal fuck ton of resources to awaken and reforge. And so if you're not at a level where you need to awaken Valor Cup gear or just awakened gear in general, you have easily farmable gold and magicules. You have no level 100 characters. You're not really at a point where you can unlock 5-star EX boards or anything. And these characters are terrible. then logically the only thing to buy are the things that you can use: platinum hammers, tickets, and tickets. So that's my PSA for you. Whether or not you actually go with it, it's totally dependent on your box. Maybe you do have some characters you want to raise up to level 120 or higher than 100. In that case, I mean, be my guest. Choose the flames. Choose the moats. It's really dependent on what works for you. But I'm assuming if you're watching this, you come in here not knowing what any of this stuff does and why it is maybe useful or not useful. So I'm trying to apply my logic more towards those players than the players who already know what they need and have already probably bought or are thinking of buying whatever they need out of this shop. But if you're a new player and the shop is like, oh, what's useful? Platinum Hammer, tickets, maybe EX Rocks, more tickets. Call it a day. All right, you'll get the rest of these, throughout your summoning or your just normal gameplay, and that's it. So, yeah, that's it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.